There are moments in life when someone's presence begins to affect us in ways we can't fully explain. You don't have a label for it. You don't call it love. You don't even call it interest, but something inside you notices. You feel a shift, a softness, a quiet pull. And before you know it, you're paying attention to the way a certain person enters a room, looks at you, listens to you, or simply exists around you. But the truth is, sometimes the signs that someone deeply enjoys your presence are not loud or obvious. They are not dramatic declarations, grand gestures, or bold statements. They are small, gentle, subtle, hidden between everyday moments. And those are the signs people often miss, especially when feelings are unspoken. What makes these signs special is that they are unconscious. He doesn't sit down and plan to do them. He doesn't try to impress you with them. His body language, his reactions, his emotions simply respond to you. You become someone he naturally gravitates toward without understanding why. You become a person who shifts the atmosphere for him. Someone whose presence feels comforting, grounding, exciting, and strangely irreplaceable. Sometimes, you may find yourself wondering, does he feel something? Does he notice me the way I notice him? Does my presence matter to him as much as it matters to me? And the beautiful thing is, the answers often lie in the smallest behaviors. The way he lights up when he sees you. The way he listens differently when you speak. The way his body moves closer, even when he doesn't realize it. The way he remembers things you didn't think anyone would remember. The way he tries, without saying a word, to make you feel comfortable, safe, and valued. These signs come from a place deeper than words. From admiration, from genuine affection, from emotional attachment that he hasn't fully admitted to himself yet. It's important to understand that men express their emotions differently. Many won't confess what they feel right away. They won't say "I like you" or "I enjoy your presence" with their voice, but they say it with their actions, their eyes, their instinctive behavior. And those actions speak louder than anything their mouth refuses to say. This intro is your guide to recognizing those silent signals, the signs that he enjoys being around you more than he lets on. These aren't dramatic romantic gestures. They are everyday moments that reveal his heart more honestly than any love confession could. As you go through the list, remember, when a man's heart reacts before his mind, it's real. When his actions whisper what his words can't, it's genuine. And when he shows you that your presence matters, even without admitting it, it's one of the most sincere forms of affection you'll ever witness. 1. He smiles brighter whenever you walk in. There's a certain type of smile that isn't just polite or friendly. It's involuntary, immediate, and impossible to hide. When he smiles brighter the moment you walk in, it reveals something he hasn't said out loud. You affect him. His expression warms, his eyes soften, and his body unconsciously relaxes around you. Even if he's had a rough day, your presence shifts his energy. That brighter smile is his way of silently telling you, "I'm glad you're here." People don't smile like that for just anyone. This kind of reaction comes from emotional chemistry, from genuine comfort, from feeling seen and understood by you. Sometimes he may try to hide it, especially if he's shy or unsure of your feelings. But his face betrays him every time. It's not the smile alone. It's how quickly it appears, how naturally it forms, how the whole atmosphere seems to change for him when you walk in. It's also a sign of familiarity and emotional attachment. He's happy when you're there, and even happier when you appear unexpectedly. His smile shows anticipation fulfilled, like something good finally arrived. This isn't romance he talks about. It's romance he shows in the smallest, purest way. When a man's smile brightens because of you, it's one of the clearest signs he truly enjoys your presence, far more than he ever admits. 2. He finds subtle ways to stay close to you. A man who enjoys your presence doesn't always express it directly. Instead, he places himself near you in ways that feel natural, casual, and effortless, but they are intentional. He sits next to you when he has other options. He stands beside you in group settings. He walks at your pace, lingers a little longer, or chooses a seat where he can see you easily. These small actions aren't random. They are quiet signals that he feels comfortable around you. maybe even drawn to you. Sometimes he'll create excuses, helping you with something simple, asking a small question, or accidentally showing up where you are. Other times he won't say anything at all. He'll just gravitate toward you naturally. His body language reveals what he doesn't speak aloud, leaning in, facing you directly, or turning slightly toward you even when talking to others. This closeness is about emotional safety as much as attraction. He feels better when you're near. Your presence soothes him, motivates him, or simply makes him feel like himself. If you move a bit farther away, he notices. If you leave the room, he feels it. Subtle closeness is his way of staying connected without forcing anything. A man doesn't put effort into being near someone unless that person matters deeply. His small movements, the ones he thinks go unnoticed, say everything. 3. He listens to you more attentively than others. When a man truly enjoys your presence, the way he listens to you becomes different from everyone else. He's not just hearing your words, he's absorbing them. His attention sharpens when you speak, even if the conversation is simple. He maintains eye contact, nods naturally, asks follow-up questions, and remembers what you say weeks later. He notices things others overlook: your tone, your expressions, your worries, your excitement. This kind of listening is rare. It isn't the casual, distracted attention people give in everyday conversations. It's focused, intentional, and emotionally invested. He listens because he cares, because your thoughts matter to him, because understanding you feels important. He listens to connect, not just to respond. You'll notice he remembers tiny details: your favorite drink, something you said in passing, a story you told once. He brings those details back later, proving he was fully present. That's how you know his attention is different with you. He values your voice. He respects your mind. He feels closer to you when he understands you deeper. A man doesn't listen like this unless he feels something strong. His attentiveness is a quiet confession, one he may never say out loud. 4. He remembers little details you mention. When a man remembers the tiny details you share, the things you didn't think were important, it shows he's paying attention in a deeper way. Maybe you casually mentioned your favorite childhood snack, a song you loved years ago, a place you wanted to visit, or a difficult moment you experienced. Most people forget small details like these, but he files them away like they matter. Because to him, they do matter. This kind of memory only happens when someone is emotionally invested. He listens with genuine interest, not out of politeness. When he recalls these little things later, sometimes weeks or months afterward, it's proof that your words occupy space in his mind. You're not just another conversation. You're someone he wants to understand fully. The most telling part is that he brings up these details without trying to impress you. It slips out naturally. He remembers things even you forgot you mentioned. It's his way of showing care without saying the words directly. It reveals that your presence stays with him long after you leave. Remembering small things is one of the clearest, purest signs that his feelings for you are genuine, thoughtful, and quietly deep. 5. He tries to extend conversations with you. When a man enjoys your presence, he never wants the conversation to end, not because he needs entertainment, but because talking to you feels good. You'll notice how he adds small follow-up questions, brings up new topics, or circles back to something you said just to keep the moment alive a little longer. Even when the conversation is simple or ordinary, he stretches it gently, hoping you won't walk away yet. He does this because time with you feels different. It passes comfortably, naturally, even soothingly. Ending the conversation feels like losing a moment he wasn't ready to let go of. So he lingers. He replies quickly. He continues the flow, sometimes even laughing at small things just to keep the spark going. He might start conversations with a purpose, but he keeps them going because of emotion. This is the kind of effort men don't make unless someone truly matters to them. A man extending conversations is never just about talking. It's about wanting more of you, more of your presence, and more of the feeling he gets when you're around. 6. He gets quietly protective around you. Subtle protectiveness is one of the strongest unspoken signs of care. He won't make a big show of it or act controlling. Instead, his protective side comes out in small, thoughtful ways. He pays attention to your comfort, your safety, your emotions, and how others treat you. If someone speaks to you disrespectfully, his expression changes. If you're uncomfortable in a situation, he instinctively tries to ease it. He steps a little closer, walks on the traffic side of the road, checks on you during late hours, or makes sure you reach home safely. These actions aren't about dominance, they are about concern. He doesn't want anything to affect you negatively. Your well-being matters to him more than he admits. Even in group settings, he watches to make sure you're included and at ease. He notices when you're tired, overwhelmed, or emotionally off, and he adjusts his behavior accordingly. Quiet protectiveness reveals emotional attachment at its core. It means your presence triggers a natural instinct in him to look out for you, even without you asking. 7. He makes time for you even on busy days. When a man truly enjoys your presence, his schedule becomes flexible in a way it isn't for others. No matter how busy he is, he finds pockets of time, a few minutes, a short call, a quick reply, a moment to check in, because staying connected with you matters to him. People always make time for what they value, and if he consistently makes room for you on the days when life is heavy, stressful, or overwhelming, it means you're not just a person in his life, you're a priority. You'll notice he doesn't treat your conversations as optional. Even when he's drained, he responds with warmth. Even when he's working, he sends small updates. Even when he can't stay long, he shows up for a moment just to let you know you weren't forgotten. That effort reveals his feelings more than anything he could say out loud. This kind of consistency is rare. Most people disappear when they are busy, but he doesn't, because spending time with you isn't an obligation. It's something that lifts him, grounds him, and gives him quiet happiness in the middle of chaos. A man who makes time for you even on his busiest days is a man who values you at a level he may not fully express yet, but his actions say everything. 8. He mirrors your mood without realizing it. Mirroring is one of the strongest subconscious signs of emotional connection. When he naturally reflects your mood, your energy, your excitement, your sadness, it means he is emotionally in sync with you. He doesn't even notice he's doing it. When you're happy, he lights up. When you're quiet, he respects the stillness. When you're stressed, his tone softens. His emotions follow yours like a gentle echo. This happens because your presence affects his internal state. He feels what you feel. Your energy shapes his without effort. It's a deep psychological sign of attachment. The body responds before the mind even processes it. He adapts because he wants harmony between you. He wants you to feel understood, comfortable, and emotionally matched. Even in group settings, you'll see him shift depending on how you're feeling. If you're withdrawn, he gets calmer. If you're cheerful, he becomes more playful. If you're overwhelmed, he becomes more grounded. This connection isn't accidental, it's emotional chemistry. A man who mirrors your mood isn't just observing you. He's connected to you on a level most people never see. 9. He looks for you first in any room. This sign is subtle, fast, and revealing. When he walks into a room full of people, his eyes instinctively search for yours. It's not conscious, it's instinct. He wants to know where you are. He wants to see your reaction, your expression, your presence. You anchor him in the space without even trying. Even when he's talking to others, he glances toward you. When something funny happens, he looks to see if you're laughing too. When he enters, the first person he hopes to spot is you. And when he doesn't see you, there's a tiny shift in his expression, a dip of disappointment he thinks no one notices. This behavior shows emotional preference. Out of all the faces in the room, your presence matters most to him. You're the person he feels drawn to, the one whose reaction he values, the one he wants to connect with even before a conversation starts. Looking for you first is his silent way of saying, "Are you here?" Because everything feels better when you are. It's one of the clearest, most unintentional signs of deep interest and quiet attachment. 10. He tries to make you laugh more than anyone else. When a man genuinely enjoys your presence, he naturally wants to be the source of your smile. He tries harder with you, more than with anyone else. His jokes come out quicker, his playful teasing becomes softer and more intentional, and he pays attention to what actually makes you laugh, not just what he finds funny. It's a different kind of effort, the kind rooted in wanting to be the reason your eyes light up. He might make fun of himself, exaggerate stories, share memes he specifically thinks you would enjoy, or do small silly things that he wouldn't dare do around others. He becomes more animated when he's around you, more expressive, more eager to lift your mood. Why? Because your laughter gives him a feeling he can't get anywhere else. It's rewarding, comforting, and emotionally bonding. This effort to entertain isn't superficial. It comes from a deeper desire to create positive moments with you. When someone tries to make you laugh, they're trying to make you feel safe, happy, and emotionally connected. He wants you to associate him with good energy, warmth, and lightness. He wants you to remember him as someone who brightens your day, even in small ways. Making you laugh is his quiet love language, one he expresses without saying a single romantic word. 11. He gets nervous when you're upset with him. A man who doesn't care will stay calm, indifferent, or even unaffected when you're upset. But a man who values you becomes restless the moment he senses you're hurt, especially if he thinks it's because of him. He may not show panic, but you'll feel the shift. His tone softens. His responses get longer. His eagerness to fix things increases. He wants clarity, reassurance, and a chance to make things right. This nervousness doesn't come from fear of conflict. It comes from fear of losing emotional closeness with you. He treasures the connection, and the idea of you being disappointed in him feels heavier than he admits. He overthinks his words, replays conversations, and sometimes even apologizes for things he didn't do, simply because your comfort matters more than his ego. He may become quieter, more attentive, or even slightly anxious. His body language changes. He avoids upsetting you further, watches your expressions carefully, and tries to understand what you're feeling. That reaction alone is a strong sign. Your emotions impact him deeply. A man who gets nervous when you're upset is a man who cares, genuinely, silently, and sincerely. 12. He notices your absence immediately. When he enjoys your presence more than he admits, your absence hits him fast and unexpectedly. If you're usually around or active in conversations, he picks up on the change right away. He wonders where you are, checks if you're okay, or tries to subtly reach out. Even in group settings, if you're not there, something feels incomplete to him, like the atmosphere lost a piece of warmth. He may ask about you casually, look around for you, or feel a quiet dip in his energy. Sometimes he won't say anything out loud, but his behavior shifts. He becomes less engaged, less animated, or more distracted. Your presence doesn't just add to the room, it changes it for him. And when you're gone, he feels that shift instantly. He notices the silence where your voice usually is. He notices when your name doesn't appear on his screen. He notices when you don't laugh at something he thought you'd enjoy. Your absence matters in a way other people's presence doesn't. A man doesn't notice someone's absence unless that person holds emotional space in his mind, and you do. 13. He shares personal things only with you. When a man shares personal stories, fears, dreams, or vulnerable moments exclusively with you, it means he trusts you on a deeper level. Men don't open up easily, not because they are emotionless, but because they are protective of their inner world. So when he chooses you as the one person to reveal his insecurities, childhood memories, failures, or private struggles to, it shows he feels safe with you in a way he doesn't feel with others. He lets you see sides of him he hides from the world. The sensitive side, the uncertain side, the imperfect side. He might tell you about his family issues, his biggest goals, the things that shaped him, or the things he rarely admits out loud. And the fact that he shares these pieces only with you tells you everything. You're not just anyone in his life. Opening up becomes his way of building a deeper emotional bond. He wants you to understand him, not just the version he shows the world. He trusts you with information he wouldn't trust with everyone else. That vulnerability is rare, meaningful, and extremely revealing. A man sharing his personal world with you is a man who sees you as emotionally important, even if he hasn't said the words yet. 14. He gets jealous in subtle, silent ways. His jealousy isn't loud, dramatic, or possessive. It's quiet. You see it in the way his expression stiffens when someone else gets too close to you, or in the way he becomes more attentive when you talk about another man. He won't confront you or act insecure, but something changes in his energy. He gets quieter, more observant, or slightly distant for a moment, as if he's processing an emotion he doesn't want you to notice. This silent jealousy happens because he cares more than is prepared to admit. The thought of someone else having your attention or affection bothers him, even if he hides it well. He might crack a small joke, ask a subtle question, or shift his posture. These tiny reactions reveal his attachment. He's not jealous because he wants to control you. He's jealous because he values you, because your presence matters, because he feels something real and fears losing what the two of you share, even if it's unspoken. Quiet jealousy is one of the clearest signs of emotional investment. He feels something and is trying hard not to show it too obviously. 15. He treats your comfort like a priority. One of the strongest signs he genuinely enjoys your presence is how naturally he takes care of your comfort. He pays attention to things others overlook, whether you're too cold, too warm, tired, uncomfortable, overwhelmed, or emotionally drained. He adjusts his behavior instantly. He lowers his voice when you seem stressed. He gives you space when you look overwhelmed. He stays close when you seem uneasy. He checks if you've eaten, if you got home safely, if you're okay after a long day. In small, consistent ways, he prioritizes your ease over his own. He'll offer his jacket, change plans to fit your needs, walk you to your car, or simply sit with you when you don't want to be alone. This isn't obligation. It isn't performance. It's instinct. The instinct that comes from care, affection, and emotional connection. Your comfort matters to him because you matter to him. He wants you to feel safe, understood, and supported when he's around. A man who prioritizes your comfort is a man whose heart has already chosen you, even if he hasn't said it yet.